Hello everyone, welcome back, and today we're going to be continuing to look at the what if civilization started over scenario. In the last episode, we saw the Iron Age kind of commencing, we saw the British Isles gaining its independence, we saw the island of Sardinia gaining independence, this guy over here fell apart, and a lot more happened. Um, Not that I remember because my brain is not letting me remember. I think it was up here and whatnot. But last episode was very Europe oriented, so I want to not be Europe oriented for this episode because there's a lot I want to do and I'm just not focusing on it. Also, this is a point in the video where I will say, if you have not seen the episodes before this one, go watch them because there will be spoilers of how things play out ahead. And this is the second episode of this age. We have a few more episodes before I want to end it. So, yeah, there isn't probably going to be much spoiler wise of how timeline progresses here. But either way, you should probably watch the previous episodes first. And also, before I do move on, I do want to say that episode 8 has only been out for an hour now, and it's already performing really well. So I think my theory about making episodes about 22 minutes long is pretty correct, and I'm probably going to keep doing stuff like that. So, yeah, this video is going to come out on Monday the 16th when I'm already on spring break. So, yeah, I'll have a lot of time to record videos, so I'm probably gonna have most of the stuff through the week after spring break recorded before spring break's even done. Yeah, because it's Saturday today and I'm recording Monday's video, so I think that says quite a bit. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right on into this scenario. And yeah, we can start in multiple different places, but I feel like the place I want to start the most is over here in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia, um, I've literally done absolutely nothing with so far. It's just had these two countries like this for basically its entire existence in the series, or Discovery rather. And yeah, let's change that. Starting over here with this guy. This guy is going to go ahead and consolidate its borders to the north because uh I don't like how it just looks really plain over here. And yeah, I'm slowly working towards making the whole map this kind of border consolidated area. And this is the one area where that hasn't really happened yet. So I kind of am going to be doing it as it progresses, but at the same time, probably not. I'll probably like do some of it off camera. Like India, that's quite a bit. I'm probably gonna do that in between videos. But over here in China, I could probably draw on borders because there are only three countries in the Chinese area: Korea, the Vietnamese thing, and of course this blue Chinese country here. So yeah. Anyways, that's enough of me yapping. Let's talk about you still, because you are going to be exploring southwards. Southwards is into this Thailand kind of area, an area that has only ever been a part of Vietnam, if I do believe so, in Ada's Pros Wixo series. So this area is um a little more interesting for me to talk about because yeah, we're gonna see a completely different country from a different region, kind of just claiming it. And yeah, what I want to kind of do here is do something like this. We're gonna see Thailand breaking away, and of course, as I was saying earlier, we're gonna see this country creating this consolidated border here because these borders I want to have so I don't have to go back and do them later. It just helps me out a lot. And yeah, now we get to talk about this guy because this guy has been exploring all this area here, and they're gonna connect up here as well. And just to make things easier, I'm gonna do that. The Vietnamese country will go ahead and expand into all this land here. It's not much, but it is pretty valuable. You can grow a lot of stuff here. So yeah, they're probably gonna utilize that to their best. They're also going to expand northward, which is going to cause some internal problems. And what does internal problems do to you? Well, it creates a region of you that's no longer a region of you. We're going to see this part of South China, and I'm actually going to expand it a little, breaking away from Vietnam. And this is pretty big because this is technically the second country in China. And China over here is doing absolutely nothing. So let's check up on what they've been doing. And I'm kind of rushing this. I probably shouldn't rush this, but with how long I have to make these videos, it's a little necessary. But yeah, as you can see how much I'm putting down on this recolor tool, you can see that these guys have been exploring quite a bit. Now, we finally get to talk about how these guys have been expanding. Starting off with this guy. They started off expanding into this southern coastal area here, and they have gone ahead and claimed quite a bit of it, and they've incorporated it pretty well. As well as this, they have expanded up into the Shandong region. At least I think that's what it's called. I know there's like this German port here that's called Qingdao from when Germany colonized it, so I don't know. As well as all that expansion out that way, we see this guy expanding inwards, which will look something like this. And I'm gonna change that so it looks better. And yeah, now we have a large Chinese state. But yeah, China probably won't stay together very long because I mean they are a pretty large country at this point, and the world doesn't like pretty large countries. So yeah, that's gonna happen, first of all. And second of all, we're gonna see yet another rebellion happening all the way in the north here. This Shandong region, I don't really know what it's called still, will also be breaking away. So yeah, China is gonna have to back down a little bit. I mean, to be fair, they were back down for a couple episodes, so can I really blame them? Anyways, naval exploration time. We're gonna see Korea discovering I should know the name of the island. I'm pretty sure it starts with a J, but yeah, they're gonna claim these islands down here. As well as that, they're going to expand up into this part of eastern Russia. As well as this, they're gonna expand this way. Finally, we're gonna see one new country coming into existence, and I'm just gonna pick a randomized color, and I think this is a good color here. This color will be forming a country here, and it will be doing absolutely nothing for now, but we'll probably check back up with them later. And that's, I think, all I wanted to do for East Asia for now. We'll come back there in the next episode, probably, if I remember. And let's head on over to Central Asia, where this guy, they've been exploring. The Orange Team, to be, like, clear. And yeah, they've been exploring quite a bit, and they have made their way all the way out to this lake here that I should probably know the name of. Yay. This is just an episode of me not knowing what lakes and islands are called. And I think the name of this island just came to me. Jeju? I might be wrong, but if I'm not, my brain's working. Anyways, back to this orange country, they're going to expand outwards and they will follow the border of this Persian country. And yeah, they are getting pretty expansionist, and they should probably stop their expansion before they do exactly what China did earlier in this video. And unfortunately for them, they didn't really get that message. And we're gonna see a brand new country with I'm once again struggling to find colors, but I think this color works. We're gonna see a new country forming over here in the Turkmenistani region, and this guy, I actually really like the color. I'm probably gonna like keep that color somewhere, but yeah, I like this color. That might indicate that this country's gonna be around for a bit, but who knows? I'm getting rid of him. Just kidding. Anyways, back to this guy. They're gonna immediately lose more territory, and I've just found a color that I'm surprised I haven't used, and it's this kind of color here. I'm gonna use it for a out outer area over here. This area will be breaking away, forming its own little country, and yeah, that's I think all I wanted to talk about that guy. Now we head on over to the Alliance's lair, to the Diamond Alliance, because the Diamond Alliance has been doing absolutely nothing. But now, with new independent countries and new opportunities, they kind of see a point in expanding their alliance, especially since the religious beef that the brown team has with the green team, as well as the entire Mesopotamian, Arabian kind of area, not really liking these guys. So yeah, we're gonna see them adding one of these new independent countries, and of course, this country will be the new Turkmenistani country because otherwise, the country would not be connected to the alliance, and that wouldn't really make sense. And someone's mad about that, but you know what? Sometimes you lose in life. Anyways, staying on the alliance layer, we're gonna see a country joining an alliance, and this is not really expected, but I mean, it's going to create some tension. We head on over to this yellow Catalan kind of country because they just joined the Circle team. This is a pretty big move in their country because this country has done absolutely nothing since they gained their independence from the Lime country, I believe. I'm forgetting history. That was probably like 2 episodes ago. My brain's cooked. Either way, this guy is gonna join up with the Circle Alliance here, and that will benefit them quite a bit because now they have the protection of the Circle Alliance, and they are kind of scared of the existence of the Triangle Alliance as a whole because the Triangle Alliance is pretty strong. They have the two strongest African countries. I forgot about you, the second and third strongest African countries. I don't know who is stronger of these two. Probably you, but who knows? Yeah. Anyways, they have the two strongest West North African countries. I'll just say that. And then they have the Lime team, which is probably one of the strongest in Europe. They're definitely stronger than each individual member of the Circle Alliance at this point. So, yeah, there's competition in this region. And the Circle Alliance is kind of squeezed in here by the squares and the triangles. What would happen if those guys teamed up? Who knows? That won't be happening because I don't want that to happen because then it would be less interesting. And I like the colors of this region. I kind of want to keep them. Anyways, let's head on over to East Africa with this Horn of African country that I accidentally just zoomed into entirely because they're going to be doing something. And that is expanding. And I mean, this guy's done absolutely nothing since they came onto the planet. So, I mean, this does kind of make sense, but I mean, at the same time, why are you doing this now? You've existed for a while. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna see them consolidating their territory over here. As well as that, they've been putting some work in. And by putting some work in, I mean not that. I mean that. And I'm absolutely hating the anti-aliasing that is causing me depression. Yay. Anyways, back to it. We're going to see this guy exploring really far south. They've explored most of Ethiopia. And now they're exploring all the way into Mozambique. This is kind of huge because, I mean, nobody's been this far south. This is the furthest south anyone's been, and it happened very quickly, relatively. I mean, this has been going on since this country came into existence, but I mean, most of it actually happened since the beginning of this episode. So, good on you, I guess. And yeah, let's check how this guy will be expanding. They're gonna expand into this land here, and that's actually it, because we're gonna see a few communities setting up further south. The first country that will be setting up will be uh, a kind of Tanzanian blue country, and this guy will immediately consolidate borders with countries that I haven't drawn in yet, but they will exist. But yeah, this will be their northern border, and their southern border will look something like this. I might change that actually. You know what? It's fine for now. But yeah, we're gonna see this country looking like this, and now we head down to this area where we're gonna see yet another country coming into existence, and this will be this Mozambique-ish country. I don't know what they would be called, but that's what they're gonna be called, Mozambique. And yeah, finally, we get to our last country, which will kind of resemble Kenya, another country who has never existed in the Wixo series, and I kind of wish they had more acknowledgement in It Is Pros Wixo, but I mean, it's just Kenya, so what's that going to cause? Anyways, with those three new countries being established, we can go ahead and go over to West Africa now, where some of the same exact things have been happening, like exploration, for an example, because these guys have been exploring quite a bit, and they've actually explored really far. They've explored all this coastline up into this Nigerian area, all the way over here in the east, and yeah, we're gonna see a whole bunch of communities beginning to form across this area of Africa that probably wouldn't form without this Moroccan guy. But yeah, we're gonna head over here to this first area here, which will be this Senegal-ish area, where we're gonna see our first country forming. And this guy will probably not be bordering anyone. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm coming up with this as I go still. I still don't have plans for how this is gonna go out. Most of my plans are still for later episodes. All I knew is I just wanted to get some countries in this region this episode rather than waiting 50 episodes to do so, so I can actually talk about colonization when that rolls around. And yeah, that'd be pretty fun to do. Anyways, heading down to this Liberia area, we're gonna see yet another country forming, and I kind of feel like going with this orange color here. And yeah, staying with this country, they're gonna consolidate their territory too. Not as much because they don't really need to, but yeah, they're gonna do it anyway. Finally, we head on over to Nigeria, where we're gonna see our final country forming, which will be this very dark green colored country, and they will also be consolidating their borders, even though they don't need to. That's just become a trend in this region. There will be more countries over here, though, I promise. And they will be doing stuff. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. Anyways, we head over to the British Isles, where we're going to go ahead and have probably our maybe last event. I don't know. But, yeah, this thing is due to collapse. First up in the north, we're going to see a rebellion happening in central Scotland that will very quickly lead to a country forming. And this country is, kind of weird because they've just cut the weird British Isle country in two. But you know, that's what you get because this region never wanted to be a part of you. Next up, we head up to the disconnected part of Scotland, where we're gonna see this area breaking away as well. I mean, it's to be expected. It's completely isolated and it never wanted to be a part of you in the first place. And next up is the last state that never really wanted to be a part of the British thing that got forced into it in at least the British main area. And that is this central northern English area here, which will also be forming a country. And it's very small, but it is definitely a country. So yeah, we see these three new countries forming over here. Let's head over to the Isle of Man, where we're gonna see the exact same thing happening. Actually, I hate that color for the Isle of Man, so we're gonna be wrong with this red color. I like that. And now we head on over to Ireland, which is where things get complicated. Because, yeah, I don't know what I want to do here. I think I'm going to divide it into like three. The first state will be over here in the west, or this is not the west, this is the south, and it will be this dark cyany color. The next grouping will be a grayish color in the north, and this guy will be, I don't know what they will be. I don't know where that sentence was going. And finally, we're going to see a weird, light goldish country in the eastern part. It's a much smaller country, but it's probably the most populated. Anyways, now moving on to you. You are cooked. And we're going to see first a small Wales country forming over here. This guy is pretty irrelevant, but they're gonna come into existence anyways. Now we head on over to this pinkish Cornwall country. I don't know what color this is, but it's gonna become a country. And finally, we're gonna see our last country in the Cornwall region. And I don't know why I said finally because this is not even close to the last country. And I feel like the color this guy should be is this nice little green color. I like that. And yeah, it looks even better when it's fully colored in. Now I move on to the uh I guess next Welsh country. I don't really know what this region is up here. I'm pretty sure that's where Liverpool is, but you know what? I'm not gonna bother. I I'm not familiar with Wales, so yeah. And finally, we're gonna finally hopefully finish up with this. because I'm tired of saying finally. And yeah, we're gonna see one last country forming over here through the rest of Wales. And for now, you're not gonna die. That's surprising, but yeah, there are a lot of countries over here, and now we got to place some capitals around some countries. Starting off in this Cornwall country, they're gonna place theirs right there. This guy is gonna place theirs right there. This guy is gonna place theirs right there. You're gonna place yours right there. Yours will be there. Yours will be up here. Yours will be here. And yours will be here. Heading on over to Ireland, we're going to see this guy placing their capital right there. You're going to place yours right there. You're going to place yours right there. And don't think I forgot about the Isle of Man. They are their own capital. And yeah, I think that's all of the new British countries. Now we can head over to these new African countries we created to give them capitals. Capital, capital, you get a capital, you get a capital, you get a capital, and you get a capital. I think that's all African countries as well. So yeah, let's head over to Asia, where you will be getting a capital, you will be getting a capital, you will be getting a capital, you'll be getting a capital, and you will be getting a capital. And I think that is not all because we have these guys. You will have yours, you right there. I don't know where that Y came from, but yeah, and you will have yours there. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to do. Um, I still have a little bit of recording time, but I'm just going to use that for the outro. And I want to thank you all so much for watching this episode of What If Civilization Started Over. Um, I don't really know what direction this series is going in, but I'm pretty hopeful. And after I make this thumbnail, I might even record the next one. I was really excited to record this video, and yeah, I'm probably just gonna skip to recording Wednesday's video, which, if you have not noticed the pattern that I've started since, I think Saturday the 7th. Yeah, I've been uploading Wixo episodes on Mondays, Wednesdays. I've uploaded arcs on Fridays and episodes on Saturdays. So my plan for the rest of the month is having Wixo episodes on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and then randomly sprinkled in, replacing episodes randomly, will be full arc episodes. Simply because, I mean, it's easier to have full arcs than recording multiple episodes. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's episode, and I will see you all in the next one.